Turtle, the #1 seed, against the Syracuse All-Stars. Both of these rosters loaded with All-Americans. The Syracuse team, many of the players that were on the 3-time national championship squad, and the Greene Turtle, many All-Americans that have been to Division I championships. Most importantly, though, they won it all last year. They are loaded with stars. Let's take a look at some of the key players. Adam Wright from Johns Hopkins playing in midfield. Rob SHEK, Division I All-American this year from Towson State. Matt PANETTA, Division I All-American from Johns Hopkins. Brian Nicola from Canada playing in the midfield. Billy DWAN, a great defenseman from Johns Hopkins. Brian Voelker, a top defenseman graduating this year from Johns Hopkins. Gary Beach, playing defense from Loyola College. Jimmy Beardmore in the goal from the University of Maryland. Mike DeSIMONE from Towson State University. Chris Dale from the University of Maryland. And Brian Burles playing defense from Maryland, along with Dave Pietramala, quite possibly the best defenseman in the world. On the Syracuse squad, they are loaded with All-Americans too, and of course the Gates lead this team. They've got their favorite players together. John Zalberti will be on the attack. Jeff Clodston, a great defenseman, will be playing in that area of the field. Greg Rinaldi will be playing in the midfield. Tom Marichek, Division I All-American, on attack. Steve Scaramazzino from Syracuse on defense. Brian Keith, the great player from Navy, at midfield. Greg Burns, Division I All-American, on attack. Jim Egan, another Syracuse All-American, joining him on attack. And of course, Paul Gate playing at the midfield, and Gary Gate, 4-time All-American, leading that squad with his brother. Matt Palem in the goal for the Syracuse All-Stars. Now, let's take a look at some of the comparative stats for these two teams on their way to this tournament final. They both average about 15 goals per game, but the big difference is in the defense. The team from the Greene Turtle only allowing 5 goals per game, and Syracuse allows 9. They've had a couple close ones to get to this final, and now we are getting set for the biggest game of this week's tournament. George Gillette, president and CEO of the Vail Associates, is out there for the ceremonial toss of the coin, and they'll see which direction they're going to go in. Not critical, but important to get your team comfortable. The Greene Turtle wins. They choose the goal to the south, and that's where they will start. All set for the opening face-off, the championship game of the 1991 Vail Lacrosse Shootout. Very critical for Syracuse to stay with the Greene Turtle. Their lack of depth could hurt them if they get behind. Face-off specialist, Sandy Harrison, number 33 for the Greene Turtle, and Kirk Pratt, he gets the ball for Syracuse, gets it down to Zalberti right away, so Syracuse controls the early moments of this final game at the Vail tournament. But as the first quarter moves on, the pressure is really at the other end of the field. Here's the Greene Turtle right now getting fouled, setting up an extra man situation. So early on, the extra man play will be critical. It'll be 6 players against 5, and the first chance for the Greene Turtle to take a lead. Nicola brings it in, gets it to the top of the box. That's Rob SHEK off to the corners. They work it around, looking inside all the time. SHEK up top again, draws the defense to him. Nicola baits the defenseman, gets it to the wing, now to the crease, and DeSimone puts that one past Palem. It's 1-0. DeSimone with a good redirect. Let's take another look. Nicola comes in, gets the defenseman to commit to him, drops it down low. Now DeSimone is open in a small seam in front of Palem. Palem has to move from the left pipe to the center. Good shot for DeSimone from Towson State. He played in the Division I championship this year against North Carolina. Good experience there. Gets this team off to a good start. 1-0 off the goal by DeSimone. Getting ready for another face-off in the first quarter of play. 1-0 again, the score. The Greene Turtle defending champions. The defense, very aggressive, you can see, from the Syracuse All-Stars. They're loaded. They're not deep, but extremely talented. There's Pat McCabe now dishing it back to Matt Palem. Finally gets the handle on the ball as they try to clear up along the sideline, now into the offensive end of the field. Changes made for the Greene Turtle. And now they'll settle things down. Good crowd here at Vail at Ford Field. Ball being moved out front, now back at the Syracuse end of the field, out of bounds, backed up beautifully by McPartland. And so now the Greene Turtle brings it back in. First quarter action. Defense, the name of the game for this Greene Turtle squad. They really put the cap on every offense they face. Led by Dave Pietramala, number 43. He goes up against Gary Gate whenever he can. The ball now down into the offensive end of the field. Blatchley controls. He does so beautifully. He played at Towson State this year. A very much control player there. Overplayed on defense. Blatchley took the shot, gets goal number 2 for the squad from the Greene Turtle. And Blatchley's first goal of the game. Beautiful move there. You can see the defenseman get caught up. His spikes caught in the turf. Blatchley felt that he was out of position, wheeled around, and beat Palem. So a 2-0 lead for the Greene Turtle, and Blatchley was a key to last year's winning team from Greene Turtle. He will be a key today, a control player in the offensive end of the field. Timeout called by Syracuse now. Yes, they will call a timeout to regroup. Down by 2 early here in the first quarter. They don't want this margin to get much bigger, and they are talking some things over. Not a deep squad, and a squad that is led by the Gate brothers. Ball inbounded by Beach for the Greene Turtle as they start the offense again. This is Rob SHEK, first team All-America midfielder, tremendous player for Towson State, showcasing his skills. Has a great shot left or right at tremendous speed. He comes down in a nice save. Ball bounced around. Nobody can pick it up. Beach misses it, finally gets it back out top, and the ball goes wide past SHEK. Here comes Paul Gate. Paul Gate, tremendous in transition, looking around the field, trying to find somebody else following behind him. He is dangerous right here. Comes in, the defensive check does not work. He takes a shot and scores. Paul Gate scores the first goal for the Syracuse All-Stars. Let's take a look. The speed, just too much for the defense of the Greene Turtle. Gets past one defender. 2 defenders can't take him out. He beats Beardmore on the near pipe. 2-1. They're back to within 1, and the Syracuse All-Stars, off of this goal by Paul Gate, are right back in it. You have to watch that these players don't really burn themselves out. They are not a deep squad, and they're taking their time on the sideline. Score now 2-1. Defense a little bit concerned on the Greene Turtle squad. The defense, of course, the name of the game for that team from the Greene Turtle. But watch the defense from Syracuse swarming over the Greene Turtle offense. That's the way they're going to have to play to stay into this one. And that's the end of the first quarter. Early on here, the score 2-1. Greene Turtle off to a 2-0 lead, but the goal by Paul Gate bring them back to within 1. We'll be back with more from Vail.
This is no ordinary lacrosse stick. It has a pocket custom engineered to throw consistently every time. Every stick from Ullman Sports International has our exclusive stringing system. Carefully strung pockets with throw strings you can adjust to fit your style of play. Play the stick. Don't let the stick play you. Only from Ullman Sports International. For a free catalog, call 1-800-BEST-STICK.
This is not the kind of oil change your car should have. Dripping oil makes a mess and costs you money. Use Wynn's engine stop leak and put your change in your pocket, not on the driveway. Wynn's, the proof is in the performance. This should smoke, and this should smoke, but this shouldn't smoke. Now there's Wynn's exhaust control added to your tank when you fill up. Works in gas or diesel. Wynn's, the proof is in the performance. Win a new Mustang convertible in Wynn's Made in America giveaway. Detailed wherever quality auto parts are sold.
Hitting, throwing, catching. Professional athletes all started by learning the basics. Now anyone can develop these same important skills quickly and effectively with the Bat Trainer. Practice hitting high, low, inside, outside, and curveballs. The Bat Trainer is better than a stationary batting tee because speed and location of the ball are easily adjusted for all ages and skill levels. You can even play by yourself.
The Bat Trainer improves eye and hand coordination for hitting, throwing, and catching. It's a fun, multi-purpose tool that really develops those skills that you need.
With the Bat Trainer, there's no nets to put up, no balls to chase. It's also great for tennis. Practice volleys, ground strokes, doubles. The Bat Trainer's portable and ready when you are. It's like having a private ballpark in your own backyard for a fraction of the cost of ball machines or batting cages. But it's only available through this special TV offer for $49.95. Call 1-800-962-9800. That's 1-800-962-9800.
Welcome back to Ford Field in Vail, Colorado. Second quarter action coming up. Right now, the Greene Turtle leads the Syracuse All-Stars 2-1. They got off to the early lead, and now the pressure is really being applied to the defensive end of the field. Greene Turtle stepping things up against Matt Palem, who was so sensational in the semifinals. Look at this save in the second quarter as we continue through with the action here in the final game, the championship game. He made that great save, Matt Palem did, and again, it was those kind of saves that got him in and his team into this championship round. He is a tremendous player in the goal between the pipes. He'll have to be hot to keep his squad in this one. Now the offense for the Greene Turtle looks to be setting things up and really stepping up the tempo. They can score from a lot of different ways, a lot of different players. David Smith now gets the ball, number 7, to the right of your screen. You'll see him come in, take a hard shot from the midfield position, and Smith lets this one go. Number 7 coming in right there, the left-handed shot. This is second quarter action, and Smith scores there. With so much attention given to the talented offense, the talented attack players from the Greene Turtles, Smith gets open with the left-handed shot. Now on the other end of the field, Jim Beardmore, the All-American player from the University of Maryland, he comes down, makes the save, and watch how he takes off. He loves the play in the open field. He starts the fast break, gives it off to his teammate Blatchley. Blatchley finds Smith again. Smith comes in, makes the same fake, and another left-handed shot gives him 2 in a row. So David Smith single-handedly now taking charge of this game. The Greene Turtle off to a 4-1 lead, and Palem a little bit upset. A lot of pressure on him, the defense letting down. Beardmore making an acrobatic save again. Watch how active he is out of the goal. He comes up, makes the clear, gets rid of the ball, stays onside, and goes back to the cage. Timeout here because there's a penalty on number 42, Marichek. Slash on him, not a good time. Down 4-1. And this time they'll have an extra man again. DeSIMONE scored last time. Let's see what happens here. He's open on the crease. They find him. Nicola again, the identical play in the first quarter. This is the one that beat Palem. And one more time, the same play beats Palem to give them a 5-1 lead. The defense appealing to Palem, saying, what's going on? Nobody's covering him. Here he is, DeSIMONE from Towson State. He's got 2 goals already early in this game. And the championship going the way of the Greene Turtle. 5-1 lead. 2 of those goals on power plays, on extra man situations. And that's the way the second quarter ends. The question coming into this game was the offense of Syracuse against the defense of the Greene Turtle. Brian Burles has his thoughts on how they're doing.
It's tough. I think our midfielders are playing real well. We've been able to, shut down the gates for the most part. We got a lot more legs, and I think, if we should be able to run them a little more in the second half, we'll do all right. Jimmy Beardmore's doing a great job in the goal, and defense matching up well so far.
I should say so, holding that high-scoring Syracuse offense to only 1 goal and none from Gary Gate. Now, the halftime entertainment, the STX fastest shot contest. Look at that, 93 miles per hour from the winning shot. Garth Apelt, the All-American midfielder from Virginia, pumps in that shot. You've got to hit the goal. The STS fastest shot winner, Garth Apelt from Virginia.
We'll be back with more of the Coors Light Vail Lacrosse Shootout.
There are lots of ways to pick a dentist. Ask a friend, look in the phone book, but what does that really tell you about them? At 1-800-DENTIST, we refer from a select group of dentists, and we have a full profile on each of them. Their education, how many years in practice, what special training they have. And with our dentists, you have the security of knowing that we refer thousands of patients to them every month. So if you need a dentist and you want to make an educated choice, call 1-800-DENTIST today.
Say who we are, and you get this with your paid subscription to this. Popular Science at a very special rate, $9.46 off the cover price, and this handsome tote free if you grab the bargain now.
Call toll-free 1-800-255-3600. 12 issues are $13.94. An instant TV discount of 40% off the newsstand price. To save and claim your gift, call 1-800-255-3600. That's 1-800-255-3600.
Hi, I'm Rob Robinson, Executive Director of the Vail Recreation District. We invite you to visit Vail any time of the year. It's a great place to experience the Bavarian Alps right here in America. You name it, we've got it here in Vail.
They've got a great game going, and Syracuse against the Greene Turtle. The Greene Turtle, as you can see, out-shooting Syracuse, 2-1 margin, a lot more ground balls, too. And look at the scoring summary. DeSIMONE and David Smith, that's been the story. And so far, no score from Gary Gate. That's the surprise. And as the third quarter gets ready to start, we're looking for heroes from Syracuse. They're down by 4. But it's the offense of the Greene Turtle putting pressure on Matt Palem and the defense of the Syracuse All-Stars. Here's Matt PANETTA coming around for that strong right hand that he has done so often for the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. And a first-team All-American move this is. Watch him drive around. He's such a big, strong player. The right-handed move is what he loves to do. He baits the stick, comes in, still staying clear of the defense, takes the hard right-handed bounce shot past Palem, and 6-1. The Greene Turtle threatening to blow this one open here in the third quarter. A great effort by Matt Palem, his first goal of the day. Syracuse looking for heroes. They're a great transition team, and Paul Gate, the only guy to score so far for the Syracuse All-Stars, gets nailed as he shoots in on Beardmore. It wasn't Gate that scored, it was Maricek taking the feed. Number 42, the All-American attackman Tom Maricek, puts the second goal in for Syracuse. 6-2, they're back to within 4. As action continues, the Greene Turtle not letting that margin get any tighter. Blatchley now, the quarterback of the offense, comes in around the same spot that Palem has been weak in all day. Take a look at how Palem braces himself for the shot by Blatchley. Blatchley, normally a feeder, and when he comes in that tight, very tough to get the stick on the ball. Blatchley scores his first goal of the day, a tremendous effort for John Blatchley, and he puts the Greene Turtle up again, increasing the margin. John Blatchley, first goal of the day for him. 7-2 the score. The Greene Turtle in charge, the defending champions. Beach now continuing the dominance on offense. And this player, of course, at Loyola, dominant because of his size. Here he comes in with that size and power and scores for the Greene Turtle. They increase their lead again. This is Loyola's great attackman, Kevin Beach. His first goal of the day, and the margin of lead now for Greene Turtle, the defending champions, a margin of 6, the lead up to 6, 8-2. This is the pressure that Palem's getting. This is later on in the third quarter. Another shot from point-blank range. He makes this save off his leg. The shot by Rob SHEK, number 4, the All-American midi from Towson State. That's the way it ends, quarter number 3. Pat McCabe, disgusted, not giving his goalie any help. The score at the end of 3, 8-2 in favor of the Greene Turtle.
Give these guys an open road, a tank full of gas and cash for coming in first. Mister, you'd better stand back. And this much fun be legal. It's Formula USA Road Racing only on Prime Ticket. Catch it if you can.
These people are enjoying what KABC Talk Radio food show calls the best hamburger in Southern California. Out of 3,600 restaurants, KABC placed Hamburger Habit in the top 10. Hamburger Habit uses fresh, not frozen chuck steak to make their hamburgers to order, not pre-cooked like most fast food chains. And don't forget their cholesterol-free French fries or their oh-so-thick shakes. Try the hamburger all of LA is raving about with fast and friendly service at the cleanest restaurant in LA. Hamburger Habit. Make it your habit. Now in West LA at Sepulveda and National.
Think about where you bought your last suit. Unless you bought it at the men's clothiers, it's like you only bought half a suit. Because at the men's clothiers, you can buy any suit or tuxedo for only $168. That's about half the $350 to $450 you'll pay anywhere else. The men's clothiers, where every 100% wool suit, single or double-breasted, is only $168. Get fully dressed at half the price.
Now open in West LA on Wilshire Boulevard, 1 block west of Barrington.
As we start the fourth quarter, Syracuse knows they must score, and for the Greene Turtle, they just have to maintain.
Suck it up for 12. We're good.
Syracuse needs to get possessions, and they start with the face-off, trying to get it, but no, it's dominated and controlled by Dave Pietramala. He has dominated this game so far because, look, Gary Gate is not in the scoring column. He hasn't scored yet. No goals going into the fourth quarter, but it doesn't last long. Here, this save by Beardmore bounces out. Gary Gate picks it up around the shoulder and beats Beardmore for Gary Gate's first goal of the game, and this makes the score 8-3. And Gary Gate finally on the board. This is the leader they need to have step forward if the Syracuse All-Stars are going to have a chance. And now they feel they do. Enough time on the clock as we see them push the attack one more time. They come down to the crease. It's Alberti following up on his own shot, getting it past Beardmore again. Beardmore getting rattled now, 8-4. They've cut 2 off that margin. There's 2 competitors congratulating each other after the shot. Syracuse now on a power play. They get a chance to bring it back to within 3. Working the ball around. Beardmore right in his face. That, again, is Gary Gate on a power play. Let's look how Zelberti finds him on the far pipe. The sliding Burles comes over. Zelberti sees Gary Gate open on the far pipe. Beardmore can't get there fast enough. And there is Gary Gate's second goal of the game, and both of them in the 4th quarter. Gary Gate leading the charge, his second goal of this game, but he's stepping up when they need them. And he's brought his all-star team back to within 3. He's getting a lot of attention from Billy DeWAN on the defensive end of the midfield. He feeds down low to Burns, and Burns puts one past Beardmore. Now 8-6. This game is not over, but less than a minute to go.
50 seconds. Come on, Turtles. Come on, Turtles.
And the pressure really on the Turtles now. Timeout. They want to calm things down, so a timeout called by the Greene Turtles.
If you're getting so much trouble, throw the ball as high as you can throw.
Beardmore gets possession following that timeout. All they have to do is kill the clock. Look at the pressure put on by the Syracuse All-Stars. Time runs out. The Greene Turtles, winner of 2 straight Vail Club Championships. And the big story here, Beardmore in the goal and Gary Gate not scoring in quarters 1, 2, and 3. The final score, the Greene Turtle 8, the Syracuse All-Stars 6. The Rocket Pocket, a custom-made lacrosse pocket built around the ball for immediate control and consistent throwing accuracy. The ball sits in one spot. The pocket rocks. The ball is always in the center of the pocket. It features 3 shooting strings, a teardrop-shaped leather track, tracked lifter, and a locking sidewall system. The 3 shooting strings are individually adjustable for state-of-the-art throwing accuracy. Don't just cradle when you can rock it. Call now for a free brochure.
Another painting tip from M.V.P. Paints. When painting a room, start with the ceiling by painting a border. Then roll across the width rather than the length to avoid lap marks. Paint a strip where the wall meets the ceiling and at corners where rollers can't reach. On walls, make a large M or W and roll back and forth. For more professional advice and quality decorating products, visit your local M.V.P. paint store.
Hi, I'm Steve Stenerson, Executive Director of the National Lacrosse Foundation, and I'd like you to become involved in America's fastest-growing team sport. For over 30 years, the Foundation has served as the sport's National Development Center and Archives. As a member, you can be kept up to date on dozens of programs and services that include Lacrosse Magazine, New Start programs for first-year teams, equipment safety research, a national network of chapters, and a new museum building that traces the sport's history. For more information, call or write the Lacrosse Foundation in Baltimore, Maryland.
Well, the final game lived up to its billing and had the stars, and they performed. The Greene Turtle winners 2 years in a row. Look at the stats showing that they outshot the Syracuse All-Stars, and the leading scorers right there. 3 guys on the Greene Turtle scoring 2 goals each, and Gary Gate with 2, but late in the game. Ted Glauth from Coors and Jim Sarn, the tournament director, congratulating the Greene Turtles Brain Trust. The MVP of the tournament, Jim Beardmore, the goalie from the Greene Turtle.
Being the MVP of a tournament of this caliber it's quite an honor out there that it could really have gone to a couple other people. But I feel quite honored to accept the MVP trophy.
And our congratulations go out to the Greene Turtle. 2 years in a row, they win the championship in the club division. And that'll do it for this year's edition of the Coors Light Vail Lacrosse Shootout. The Coors Light Lacrosse Shootout is brought to you by Coors Light and by M.V.P. Paints, by Allman Lacrosse International, by the Comfort Inn of Vail and Beaver Creek, and by Perry & Butler, the sign that sells.